One way to classify acid and bases is by the number of hydrogen atoms or ions and the number of OH ions that are present in either the acid or the base. So let's take a look at the acids. So that's going to depend on how many H plus ions are in that acid. Acids that only have one hydrogen is called a monoprotic acid, so meaning it has only one hydrogen. So here are some examples. Nitric acid only has one hydrogen. Hydrochloric acid has only one hydrogen. And acetic acid only has one hydrogen. So even though some of these are polyatomic and some of them are binary, they all have only one hydrogen. If you have more than one hydrogen, we're going to call that polyprotic. So protic meaning that hydrogen acts like a proton, so we're saying monoprotic meaning one proton, one hydrogen, and polyprotic meaning more than one hydrogen. If it only has two, we can call that diprotic, and here we have sulfuric acid. It has H2SO4, so it has two hydrogens, so it is diprotic. Triprotic would be, for example, here we have your phosphate as the polyatomic, so it changes to phosphoric acid, and it has three hydrogens or three protons. Bases are similar, but we're going to be looking at the hydroxide ion, the OH. If it only has one hydroxide ion, it's monobasic. So lithium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, these are all monobasic. So it doesn't matter how many if it's a polyatomic or has one element with the OH, these are all going to be monobasic because they all have one OH ion. A polybasic is going to have more than one. So magnesium hydroxide, you can also call that dibasic. Calcium hydroxide, you could call that dibasic. And then you have aluminum hydroxide, tribasic, meaning that it has three hydroxide ions.